The following program was paid for by the host. The views and opinions on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JBC Broadcasting, management, or its sponsors.
It's time to talk everything entertainment, sports, wrestling, movies, and more. The Vincent LaSpada Show, brought to you by LaSpada's Original Cheesesteaks and Hoagies on Florida Man Radio.
I'm the man, come round and nothing can break me down.
It's alive. And welcome to the Vincent LaSpada Show for Saturday, March 13th, 2021. Let me introduce you to my wrestling panel. To my right, dancing his way to the TikTok stardom, Nico Extra. What's going on, man?
Nico Extra in the house. What's up?
And to my left, he is hardcore as he's going to be, Mike Knox. What's going on?
What's going on? I think I'm a lot of hardcore than myself, but I take that for now. What's going on, guys? Good wrestling week. Good wrestling week.
Well, guys, I'm excited because we now know that tickets go on sale this Tuesday for WrestleMania, April 10th and April 11th, 2021. I think they're going to be a little high. I really do. I think that because it's only 45,000 fans, I think that they're going to make the price higher. What do you guys think?
I don't care if it's 2,000 fans. I'm going unless it's $1,000. Nico over here has like a shaking head kind of thing going on.
They're saying they're going to have 45,000 fans each night, 75% capacity up to potentially. I can't imagine the upper bowl being $500+. But
I wouldn't
that's
pay
the
for
rumors.
the upper bowl, but that's like we call the toilet bowl. No one's taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, so no one's paying that much money for tickets.
Someone is. Some clown is.
Okay.
Well, guys,
I'm
listen.
not that clown.
Today's a big show. We have a special guest on the show, thanks to my boy Mike Knox. The one and only JTG will be joining us in the second half of the show. Also, we're going to be doing pro wrestling news, but I want to throw a topic out to everybody right now because this is on my mind fresh. I actually caught up with Dynamite, Revolution, and all that. I want to throw a topic out there. Give us a call, 321-339-1055 is the number to call or text in. Do you think certain people need a faction to make them one? Okay? I've been watching over the weekend, okay? This week on Dynamite, MJF pulled the card on the Inner Circle. Now he has his own little group, and it's starring Terry Blanchard.
Tully Blanchard.
Jesus, man.
Tully Blanchard.
He's a freaking Hall of Famer.
FTR. Sean Spears.
Trash.
And Wardlow.
You're right.
Isn't he just like an automatic, like a mascot?
I mean, I feel like Wardlow has the most potential out of everyone in that group.
I think Wardlow sucks.
I think Wardlow sucks too, but I also
I think
think
he's
that
horrible.
Sean Spears sucks. But what do I know?
On the other side,
For sure.
you have Chris Jericho. You have Jake Hager. You have Santiz and Ortiz, blah blah blah.
Santana and
There
Ortiz.
you go. But here's my question: do you think that some people like Chris Jericho need to be in the Inner Circle? And I'll tell you this. For me, actually watching over the couple weeks and when AEW started, I think the time has come for Jericho to start winding down his career. I mean, he only does certain matches. He's not on every week. We haven't seen Jericho wrestle since, I thought it was against Orange Cassidy, wasn't it?
He was in the tag match at Revolution, wasn't he? Him and MJF.
Yes.
Yeah, against the
Yeah,
Young
but
Bucks.
I'm saying as a singles competitor.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah,
Because
Orange Cassidy. Yeah, I think you're
Have
right.
you seen his stomach? He can't compete singly.
And the man is definitely winding down, and they're also talking about him taking on a more prominent role in the speaking, along Jim Ross and all them, which would be a
I think
great
he's a
role for
great
him.
commentator. I think
I think he's a great commentator also.
I
They
think
have
him
a
and-
great team calling. They have Shivani, they got Ross, they got Excalibur. They have a really
now
good
they got
team.
Big Show.
Can I say unpopular opinion? Jim Ross has to leave TV. I'm just sorry.
I
I'm
love
saying,
Jim Ross,
Jim
man.
Ross is just not there no more. I'm
He
sorry.
did call Kenny Omega the WWE champion.
But he also called this past week just how he talks. It's just listen. I'm not.
I've been
making fun of
stuttering my
him
words all
as-
day. What do you
is
mean?
Jim Ross the GOAT though? I mean,
Some people, not me.
he's definitely
would
up on the
say,
list. He's
Michael
on,
Cole.
He's on the Rushmore.
I would say he's definitely on Rushmore. You gotta say he's definitely Mount Rushmore.
Michael
hands down.
Cole lost his Mount Rushmore spot when he did that whole stupid bit with Jerry Lawler and that stupid glass enclosement thing. That was it for me. That
this was not
done.
FM radio. I just said I fucking love that.
That was stupid. That was the dumbest thing ever. But then listen, we're talking about factions here. We also got to bring up the faction over in WWE.
Talk about it. Which one?
I mean, which is, to me, I think is just a big joke. Retribution. I mean, you got Mustafa Ali.
Big joke.
You got Slapjack, who is Shane Thorne.
Slapjack.
You got T-Bar, which is Dominic Dijakovic. And then Dio Madden, who is it Marco?
I don't know. It's just trash.
And then you got Mia Yim. I can't even pronounce
Reckoning.
That's her name? Reckoning?
Yeah, Reckoning.
It's spelled differently. That's why.
And she has 2 Twitter accounts and tweets on each of them individually.
Does she really?
Like you're playing that
But
game.
then,
Follow Nico Extra on Twitter, y'all. He knows this stuff.
but hold on. But then you have AJ Styles with the big man in the background.
Almost, yeah.
Greatest wrestling ever, next to Just Incredible, by the way.
So we got 3 people here, 3 factions. Well, I mean, AJ's not really a faction. But
I'm sorry. I had to cut you off, boss. I have the shirt on for the only faction that matters.
God.
How'd you forget
The
the Hurt business?
almighty
Because they're not
Hurt business.
because
What
they're
is
not
wrong with you?
because they stink.
They have
What?
all the gold
They have
right
all
now.
the gold, but they stink. I told y'all 2 weeks ago. I wasn't here last week because my son's opening day for Little League Baseball. Shout out to my kids. He doesn't like dark meat, people. Thighs, legs, none of it. He don't like it. He doesn't.
Wait, hold on a minute. That's not true. Kentucky Fried Chicken is my favorite spot.
That's the problem there. It's Kentucky Fried Chicken. Come on now. They got like Bojangles. They got Publix.
I love me some Bojangles, but they all
Them
left
Bo-Berry
Florida.
biscuits, Bill.
I
I tell you
personally-
what.
I tear it up. I tear it up.
I personally prefer Planet Smoothie, but that's just me.
Yes. I'm
how
glad you
skinny
brought
he
that
is.
up.
Look how
I'm glad
skinny
you
he
brought
is.
that up because we have a new sponsor on the show. Our friend Kim. Go see my friend Kim in Orange City. And I'll be telling you guys more about this later on the show. But Planet Smoothie has jumped on board with the Vincent LaSpada show. So I'm very, very excited for that because, listen, we all need to help each other out, around the world. Tough times are upon us, and we have to make sure that we're all trying to lend a hand in how we can.
Is it really so hard right now? They just gave us $1,400 a piece.
Hey,
I got 4 kids, brother.
I'm gonna
looking
tell you
good
this right now. Hey,
thank you, Joe
hold on.
Biden and the Democrat Party. I am sitting pretty.
I haven't gotten one single check from the government. Not one.
You have your own cheesesteak place.
It don't matter. I should get some money.
Not if you make more than $75,000 a year, you don't.
I don't make no $75,000 a
You should
year.
be complaining about your money then. They owe you some money, brother.
They owe me. Hey, if you're listening to government, you owe me some cash in the pocket because I'm feeling the lit.
By this weekend.
I'm feeling the lit. I need the green in the pocket. I need the green.
Not the Obama money either, by the way. That doesn't go very far.
But let's just figure. So let's answer this question. Again, if you want to call in, 321-339-1055 is the number to call in. Call or text. Are some of the wrestlers out there, do they really need a faction? I mean, MJF, I think, is a great person on the mic. I think he can hold himself. I don't think this move with MJF I don't even know what the faction's called because they don't have a name yet, but I just don't think he needs it. He just doesn't. I mean, and FTR, they don't need a faction either. They're great. Terry Blanchard, him in the group. I mean, those guys.
Tully Blanchard.
Listen. You don't. Go on.
Factions are an opportunity. Factions are for groups
Yes.
to be able to showcase their skills in a combined area. There's always going to be MJF is the Ric Flair of that faction, so there has to be someone. Jericho is the Ric Flair of Inner Circles, so there's always going to be someone who's competing for that world title. There's always going to be a tag team, and there's
Adam
always going to
Cole-ish
be
kind of guy,
there's always
right.
going to be some kind of.
But is it
person.
needed? If
Some
you're that
guys-
good?
If it works, it's the most best thing that could happen to any group. Look at Evolution. It made Randy Orton and Batista.
It's the
Look, I
prob-
mean, it depends.
I don't think it made Randy Orton.
It-
Well, that's the
he was a
problem that he
champion at
has now,
22
though.
years old, the world heavyweight champion.
I think
Was that not political though?
I
With that-
honestly-
with Orton,
no.
I think that was political because Lesnar
joined the
left.
group and then-
Lesnar left. WWE wanted to take that from him, but I'm gonna just type
got
in a
the
little
spotlight,
bit.
though.
They definitely, for certain guys, it's just a rite of passage, if you will, so to speak, in professional wrestling to join a faction. And I don't think MJF, and for people out there, I already see you already commenting. I ain't even look at my phone yet, but when he said the Ric Flair of the group, it doesn't mean like he's like Ric Flair. He's just saying he's the figurehead of the faction.
Someone has to compete for the world title.
Do you think do you think Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar needs Paul Heyman? Because I don't.
I 100% think that
I don't.
They need him because they can't speak.
I just sat here and
Roman
said
Reigns can speak.
Before we went on air, I said I want to go to WrestleMania where they cheer Roman Reigns. They are cheering Roman Reigns only because of Paul Heyman, in my opinion.
Oh, come
Before
on.
Paul Heyman, he was still getting booed every week.
Listen,
Yes, my wife likes him. Maybe Heather likes him. Okay, but no other person likes Roman Reigns and his man bun.
hold on. I'm glad you brought that up, Heather. I know you said you've watched wrestling time and time. What have you watched it recently, or do you? I mean, are you? It's just to you. It's just silly.
Not recently. No.
So it's silly to you. It's silly men wrestling tights.
It is, but you guys sure make it entertaining and make me kind of want to watch.
Kind of want to watch, but she's not watching.
So listen, let me
Have
just
she
listen.
seen Roman Reigns?
Listen,
I think
hold
that
on.
would change her opinion.
So let me lay this out to you guys because I know Nico knows this and I know Mike knows a little bit and I don't know Heather knows this. So I am starting to collect wrestling gear. Okay, that's my new collection now.
We see that.
So I'm starting to collect different singlets, different boots, as Nico says, different panties.
Man panties.
Until
Man
you bring
panties.
them in and wear them, I'm not going to believe it.
This man is
You-
wearing
you
man panties. He's buying them.
I
As long as
think
he's not
you should
sniffing them,
model
Nico.
them.
Oh,
He better
God.
not be sniffing them.
You need to be modeling them.
No,
Come on.
I can't fit any of this stuff. What do you mean?
I want to ask Heather, do you think Roman Reigns is attractive?
He's a good-looking guy.
See, that's why you watch
come
wrestling.
on. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the problem with Brock Lesnar. He's a big dummy. That's his problem.
Whoa!
He's a dummy.
He's a millionaire because he's a dummy.
He's a dummy.
He's a millionaire dummy then.
He's a dummy that can't talk for himself. That's his problem.
Have you not seen Rock with the Money in the Bank?
Rock?
What was that
What?
gimmick called?
Brock Lesnar.
Brock
was
in a
the
box was awesome.
Brock Lesnar was able to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the UFC World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
That's
not
it.
dumb.
He's not dumb.
He's not dumb.
No, he's dumb because he knows how to come in.
He's used his attributes to his best of his ability, and it's really, he's calculated. Look at him. He makes millions a year, and he makes 5 wrestling appearances a year.
He's like Ultimate Warrior. He holds McMahon hostage. He holds him hostage, and he does what he says.
How dare
That's
you
the
speak on
problem.
the ill of the
That is the
dead.
problem. He holds him hostage like Ultimate Warrior does. Ultimate Warrior. If I was McMahon, I would have let go
One Warrior
Brock
Nation?
Lesnar and both Ultimate Warrior at the same freaking time. They both use their knowledge to the advantage. That should not be.
How dare you talk about the Warrior like that?
You guys say he cuts promos like, "I take this McDonald's cup, and all of a sudden, the world of the millions and billions of burgers sold." Here it is.
Listen, I'm just going to tell you one thing, okay?
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble, y'all.
We don't need Brock Lesnar and we don't need Ultimate Warrior holding people up hostage in their offices.
Well, if the shoe fits, we must acquit.
Not for me.
Oh, that's the glove. I'm sorry.
Not for me. Also, I want to get into the third hour. I want to talk about Revolution. I think there was one match and one match only that I think stole the show.
You better speak about it. Ray Phoenix and the boys?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What?
I'm going to tell you, that street fight?
What street fight?
That street fight?
Between who?
What do you mean with
I'm
who?
talking
Sting?
trash. I just want you to tell me.
The Sting, the
the
cinematic.
cinematic universe match? That was
But the
freaking
intros,
incredible.
the
That's
intros
pretty
were a
good.
little dumb. That was a little dumb. And I'll tell you why they're dumb.
I almost walked out of the studio right now.
I'm going to tell you why they're dumb. I don't like pre-recorded material. If you're going to do it live.
You can't do that live.
Then don't do it.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Don't do
before,
it.
Before we go to break, are you a fan of Sting?
No.
Okay, that answers that. Nico, are you a fan of Sting?
I am a fan of Sting.
Okay, listen, at certain ages, like Taker is, you have to give them what looks good on TV. And I tell people all the time, and now here in the Vincent LaSpada Show, 321-339-1055 to call in, Florida Man Radio, wrestling is storyline. Sting cannot wrestle live and be okay. You put Sting in this kind of a match, Sting is going to always be Sting, Nico.
Absolutely. And Sting is definitely at the point now where he needs to be in this kind of match.
Well, guys, real quick, before we go to break, let's talk about our new sponsor, Planet Smoothie. I'm very excited to jump on board. Our buddy Kim has now jumped on board for the LaSpada Show, and I want to just give him some love here. Here at Planet Smoothie, we believe that all smoothies are not created equally. Come in and try over 30 delicious tasting smoothies and they are focused on delivering great tasting products in a wide variety of options to fit everyday needs that your taste and lifestyle demands. Come in to the Splendid Smoothie in Orange City at 937 Hurley Strictly Boulevard in the Coles Plaza. And make sure you go on planetsmoothie.com for more information. And next on the Vincent LaSpada Show, we'll be talking to JTG. You're listening to the Vincent LaSpada Show on the Florida Man Radio Network.
The Shannon Burke Show, 3 to 7 on Florida Man Radio.
LaSpada's family-owned and operated since 1938, features their famous Philadelphia cheesesteaks straight from the heart of Philadelphia. Try one of LaSpada's signature hoagies, the famous with prosciutto and sopressata on top, the Monster Club with ham, turkey, and roast beef, or the traditional Italian hoagie. Everything is made from scratch, way overstuffed. That's the way they do it at LaSpada's. Plus a huge variety of wings, a ton of awesome flavors, 3 locations: Lee Road in Orlando, West State Road 46 in Sanford, and North Volusia Avenue in Orange City at LaSpadas.com.
It takes a lot to be called the best tasting smoothie on the planet. Come in and try one of our new meal replacement smoothies. 15 essential vitamins and minerals to get your day going with 3 delicious flavors: Strawberry Super Squeeze, PB Blues, and Cookie Crusher. Stop by at the Planet Smoothie in Orange City at 937 Hurley Strickland Boulevard in the Coles Plaza. For more information, go to planetsmoothie.com.
Be a part of the hottest new radio show featuring current events, news, sports, wrestling, and movie reviews. Sponsor the Vincent LaSpada Show Saturday afternoons at 2 on Florida Man Radio. Email the Vincent LaSpada Show at gmail.com. The Vincent LaSpada Show at gmail.com. If you're a Central Florida business in recovery mode, then your strategic marketing is more important than ever. That includes signs, banners, menus, promotional items, customized shirts, printing, embroidery, or whatever.
Hi, this is Anthony with Elite Signs and Graphics. Please call us so we can provide a free quote and a consultation for you today.
Elite Signs and Graphics would love the opportunity to earn your business. Many items available for same-day turnaround and curbside pickup. Call Elite Signs and Graphics at 407-898-0111. Stop in at 240 North Orlando Avenue in Winter Park, or check them out online at EliteSignsAndGraphics.com. EliteSignsAndGraphics.com. Time to clean up your yard for spring. Dead bushes, overgrown trees, loose branches, and brush that need picking up. Don't pay big bucks to a high-dollar tree trimmer or landscaper. Do it yourself with Rental Depot. They've got everything for landscaping and tree trimming. Concrete and compaction tools, airlifts, excavation equipment, trailers, plus floor care and general equipment. Long-term service to half-day rentals. Or do the weekend deal. Rent on Saturday anytime, and it's not due till Monday at 8 a.m. 5% discount for active military. Orlando, Kissimmee, and across Central Florida. Visit RentalDepotFlorida.com. What could you buy if you didn't have to pay a monthly power bill?
Go out to eat more often?
Take a vacation?
Get a new car?
You could save thousands every year if you had free power. Get more info on the free power of the sun all year round by IQ Power Solar. Stop thinking about solar and let the sun power your water heater, warm your pool, or even power your entire home. Make sure you don't miss out on the 26% tax credit. Get a free estimate at IQPowerSolar.com. Click on service and submit your info, or call 407-585-1018. Licensed and insured.
LaSpada's has been family-owned and operated since 1938. Try one of their famous Philadelphia cheesesteaks straight from the heart of Philly. If you're looking for something unique, try one of their Philly burgers. Piled high and overstuffed. That's the way LaSpada's does it. LaSpada's now has a huge variety of wings, ton of great flavors. Get 2 cheesesteaks and 10 wings for $28.99. They got 3 locations: Lee Road in Orlando, West State Road 46 in Sanford, and North Volusia Avenue in Orange City, and at LaSpadas.com. Come and see what LaSpada's is all about.
Get your fix of Florida Man Radio anytime and anywhere you are. Of course, you can catch Florida Man on 660 AM and 105.5 FM. But now you can listen wherever you are with the all-new Florida Man Radio app. And don't miss a second of the conversation at home by listening on your Alexa device. Just say, Alexa, play 105.5 Florida Man Radio. Florida Man is everywhere, unfiltered, unafraid. Get it how you need to. Now, let's step back in the ring with the Vincent LaSpada Show on Florida Man Radio.
And welcome back to the Vincent LaSpada Show right here on the Florida Man Radio Network. Before the break, I totally forgot, Mike. We forgot to do This Week in Wrestling History. So hit me with the news.
Well, back in the day, as they say, that's why it's This Week in Wrestling, right? We had a tragic death in the wrestling world. Dino Bravo passed away this week. And want to send a shout out to
They
his
made really
family.
good spaghetti.
Well, send a shout out to his family. Dino Bravo to me was one of the premier wrestlers at the time in the 80s, early 90s. And also on this day in wrestling history, ECW had its very first ever TV taping. And although people get on me for not being the biggest ECW wrestling fan, being from the Philadelphia area,
right?
That was a very big time in professional wrestling when ECW came to TV and you got to see them for the first time and just being different than the norm of WCW, NWA / WWE. So for me, that was a very big time in professional wrestling. But even bigger, and right here on the LaSpada show, we have a guest today calling in.
Actually, right now. So, Mike, do the honor.
He's on hold.
Yeah, do the honor.
We're going to unhold him.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is, as we always do around the LaSpada shows, we're going to do now, and they're going to get mad at me for doing this. Nico's going to get mad at me for this. But I got to say this, because I've waited 6 freaking years, Nico, for this moment to interview this man right here, live on Orlando, Florida Man Radio Zone 105.5 FM. Welcome to the LaSpada Show, people. JTG to the program. What's going on, brother?
Oh, thanks for having me. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Listen, I got my Hurt Business t-shirt on right now because, damn it, I'm black and I'm proud, and I got you on the program today. How you doing on this? In Florida, anyway, it's a great day. How's it where you are right now?
Oh, it's amazing.
I bet it's better out here in Florida. We're like at 83
right
degrees.
Now.
ATL, there we go.
Yeah, I'm in Orlando, right? Yeah. Not Atlanta, I'm sorry. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, but listen, you still at them strip clubs right now. They got that Corona still going around, all right? We don't want no NBA stuff going on right now. You be good out there. But, hey, welcome to the program. The host is here, Vincent LaSpada, wants to talk to you. Go ahead, Vinny.
Hey, man, I want to start out with asking you, man, what made you get into the wrestling business? I mean, were you a big fan as a kid, or did something catch your eye that you, really enjoyed?
Oh, it started at a very young age. Both my parents were wrestling fans, and they would go to MSG every month, Madison Square Garden, and watch the likes of the Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan. My mom was a big Bob Backlund fan, and it was just natural for me to start dropping elbows on my sister's Cabbage Patch dolls because I was just a big wrestling fan. I was just emulating what I saw on TV.
Some of the people growing up that you really enjoyed, were you more of a technical wrestler kind of watching, or did you like the high flying and the flips?
I went through different phases growing up watching wrestling, and I went through different eras. So when I was like a toddler, I would say I went through my Hulkamania stage. So I was a Hulkamania fan. And then as I got older, I became a Bret Hart fan. So you could say I was a fan of the technical style. And then as I became what you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and then as I became a teenager, The Rock, I was a big Rock fan. So I was throwing up my left eyebrow every week. And then The Rock, RVD. So then I became more into the sports entertainment aspect.
Well, I can tell you, our producer over there sitting in the chair, she was a Hulkamania fan. I can tell you that right now. She was a big Hulkamania fan. But growing up, you either were a Hulk, or you either were a Bret Hart fan, or you're a Shawn Michaels fan. You weren't both. You were just one or the other. And I was a Shawn Michaels fan.
I respect Shawn Michaels. I definitely respect his in-ring work, but I was drawn to Bret Hart.
I gotta ask you, man. I've followed your career for in WWE. I liked all the vignettes you did, and we're gonna get into those in a little later. But I gotta ask you, what was your favorite tag team match in WWE? What I mean, if you could name 2 tag team matches that you and your partner wrestled in, who would you say it would be?
Oh, my 2 favorite tag team. One that sticks out off the top of my head would definitely will have to be against Big Show and Chris Jericho at the Staples Center. I had just moved to LA, and the Staples Center is where Crime Time debuted. So being in the Los Angeles crowd and going against the likes of Chris Jericho and Big Show, we definitely had to step our game up, and we definitely made a name for ourselves that night. We didn't win, but I still consider that one of my favorite matches.
You know what, JTG, one of the things I was very excited about getting you on here, this is Mike Knox, is your best friend, someone I like to call a friend, and Mr. Shad Gaspar. I just always wanted to have you on because I thought you guys were just a great dynamic tag team. And at the time, you gave us something that professional wrestling hadn't had at that time. Of course, I'm quite sure you've been asked this question. If you haven't, I have to just be honest and ask this question. How are you doing today with the loss of to me anyway, the great Shad Gaspar and losing your best friend? Are you still in good spirits? Are you going on in his image? Is the comic book still going to come to fruition? What's going on with that?
Oh man, so the first couple of months were rough. I isolated myself. I had to be because it was still like I had to accept it as reality. Because at first you're kind of like, is this like? I hope this is you're in denial for a few weeks or a couple of months, and I went through that. But now I'm in a better place. I'm in a good place mentally and spiritually, and I have all the great memories that me and Shad had to get me through whenever I'm feeling down or depressed. So, and we have a lot of great memories together. Some inappropriate, some I can't share, but we have a lot of great memories.
Well, hopefully we get to hear those memories in a later time and sharing in those memories.
I don't want to plug my book, but if you want to get my book, Dan Why I Write This Book, and Dan Why I Write This Book too, the majority of the stories are about Shad and his shenanigans, and the people loved it.
I'm sorry, did you say don't plug your book? Matter of fact, plug your book. When is that book coming out, and where can we get it from?
Oh, it's already out. Yeah, it's been out for a few years now. It was an Amazon bestseller. It's called Dan, Why Did I Write This Book? And the second one was called Dan, Why Did I Write This Book Too?
Well, god dang, in that case, LaSpada?
Man. I'm glad that we can have you on, and people that don't know about you and your partner in WWE called Crime Time could read about the stories of you and your tag team partner. But I got to ask you, over the years, even in before WWE and in WWE, you've gone through a lot of changes in names. I mean, I know. In the beginning, you were called the Gang Stars. You also were called Shad Gaspar and the Neighborhood Hoodie. But I got to ask you.
That's the one I don't like the most.
But what led to Crime Time? Was that what led for you guys to change your name to Crime Time and that be the the name you guys stuck with?
So I would say our second time going to a WWE show, our second time going to Raw. We were in the office and we were told to come up with a name. And we came up with so many names we threw at the wall, and we always they have to check their trademark. They have to check the trademark and see if the .com's available. They go through a whole bunch of stuff on the business side. So we're throwing names out. Oh, no, not available. Oh, not available. And then Shad, he said, "What do we do? We're criminals, but we're good guys, and we're stealing, but we're giving it to the Robin Hood. No, I don't like the Robin Hoods or." Crime. Then he said, "Crime Time?" Then he looked at me, "Crime Time." Then everybody in the office started looking at each other and started saying, "Crime Time." He kept saying it over and over again. He was like, "Is it available? It's available. Let's take it." And they called their trademark attorney and they got on it right away. And Crime Time it was.
Well, I like the idea because it led to you doing these vignettes on Raw. And the one that sticks out the most to me is when you guys stole Jerry Lawler's laptop. And you started stealing different things. Was that you guys' idea, or was that something that creative gave to you guys?
So the stealing aspect came when we were down in OVW wrestling, the developmental for WWE, down in Louisville, Kentucky. So one day Al Snow came up to us and was like, "We don't have a match for you guys today, but we still want to. You guys are the tag team champions, so we want to include you into the show. So go do something outside of wrestling, get your personality over, get your characters over, have fun in front of the camera, and that's going to get you more over than a match." And Shad was like, and then Shad put the wheels in motion. He got a cameraman, and then we both got together and came up with some cool segments, and that was the the catapult that got me a contract with the WWE. Because from what I heard, from what the writers told me, he was like, yeah, the segments were so funny, we had to show Vince. And then when Vince saw it, he's like, I want these guys on my brand. Bring them up. And it was like, oh, the little one's not signed. The big one is signed. Well, sign the little one, bring them up. And then that's how I got my contract. So Vince McMahon never saw me wrestle. He just hired me based off my on-screen personality and my chemistry with Shad.
Well, and that led that also led to you guys were gone for a couple months, and you returned on Raw in June, and you had this new gimmick where you auctioned things off in the crowd. And you did this, and this led up to the World Tag Team Championship match between you guys and Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch.
Yeah. Yeah, we got released. I forgot what month it was. We got released, and they brought us back 6 months later, the day after WrestleMania. And that was one that's going to stick out in my head in my career so much, because when we came back to a standing ovation. The crowd went crazy, and I don't think they ever did this in wrestling history. We got a welcome back chant. I don't know how they was able to get that in sync, but yeah, we got a welcome back chant, and I'm standing there by the turnbuckle, and I'm trying to stay in character, but I'm like, man, I was like mind blown, like, wow, they're happy to see us back. And from there, we took off. And the auctioning part, that came more on Vince McMahon's side. I have to give it to him. He's a genius, because when he brought us in, he was like, you guys are doing a stereotypical parody on gangsters, on thugs, but we want to change that image of you guys. So you guys are going to have the look, but when white people see you, we want them to get up and start and have a happy go feeling when our music hits. We want them to be happy. So when you come down the aisle, don't come out looking mean. You're not coming out looking like a thug. Don't try to intimidate anybody. You smiles, dance, have fun. We're here to make sure people have a good time. So the auctioning part came on his side. He was like, "Yeah, so when you steal it, it's gonna look negative, but let's give it back to the crowd. Let's have some more crowd engagement."
Man, real quick, man. You've had such a career, you guys, in your tag team. But I got to ask, what would be a short story that you could tell us that you and Shad had, that you could tell us that was like a blooper or something that you guys, it sticks out that you can tell us that you remember of him?
What I remember most about Shad is his positive energy. Like, we will take a negative situation and we will just make it positive or laugh at it. I remember one time we were on the road. We had a rental car, and none of us thought about checking the gas. And we were leaving a show. It was late, and the car started just hiccuping. And then he's like, "What's going on with the car?" We looked at the car, and it was on E. And then Shad was like, "Oh man, we're gonna have to push." I was like, "I am not pushing no car. We just finished getting banged up a few hours ago." And then we got out the car. We were trying to hail the car down. We couldn't get a car, and it was like looking really bad. And then Shad, he lifted his shorts up, and he took his leg out, and we just started laughing. And somebody actually pulled over and took us to get gas. So we always like to have fun. When we're together, we bring the child nature out of each other.
You know what? That's I think I heard that story somewhere before, and I do also know coming currently, before we go up against the break here, JTG, we know Tampa fight announcement has just been announced, a no DQ match. You are a world champion right now, for those who don't know. Dr. Q versus JTG going down Friday, April 9th, WrestleMania weekend, as a matter of fact, in Tampa, Florida. I will be in the freaking building. What do you guys say about your opponent for that night?
Okay. Say that one more time.
What do you guys say about your opponent for that night?
I'll be honest with you. I have no idea who my opponent is. And I have Dr. Q.
Well, his name is Dr. Cube. It's not much to know besides he's a square, right?
Yeah, I met him for the first time that night, and I got to do my homework. I've been so busy. I usually like to do a little homework on my opponents. Everybody's like telling me, like, "Yo, this is a big this is a big deal. You need to do your homework. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. He has like a big cult following, and that's why they put him against me at WrestleMania weekend. And we got a few surprises lined up for that show, so you're in for a good one.
Well, man, I really appreciate you coming on the show today, man, and it was nice talking to you. And hopefully, we're going to see you WrestleMania weekend for your match. I will make sure if it's me and Mike, or me, Mike, and Nika, we'll make sure we come up to you. We'll talk to you about it. I appreciate you coming on the show, bud. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Listen, when we come back on the Vincent LaSpada Show, we're going to get in some wrestling news. So stick around. Listen to the Vincent LaSpada Show right here on the Florida Man Radio Network.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Andy Ocko is walking up to the deal, and so be Lummy the Bobo Clown. Here we go, the carnival clown. Here we go.
Hey, what's up there, GQ?
Fungu Cowboy.
You been through there with all that grease coming off your hair?
Oh, that's nice. Give me a damn ball.
Sit there still there. You didn't come close.
Now, Lummy, do Anna.
Oh, no.
Hey, there's a little boy coming up to my bed.
Bubba the Love Sponge, morning 6 till 10 on Florida Man Radio.
LaSpada's family-owned and operated since 1938, features their famous Philadelphia cheesesteaks straight from the heart of Philadelphia. Try one of LaSpada's signature hoagies, the famous with prosciutto and sopressata on top, the Monster Club with ham, turkey, and roast beef, or the traditional Italian hoagie. Everything is made from scratch, way overstuffed. That's the way they do it at LaSpada's. Plus a huge variety of wings, a ton of awesome flavors, 3 locations: Lee Road in Orlando, West State Road 46 in Sanford, and North Volusia Avenue in Orange City at LaSpadas.com.
It takes a lot to be called the best tasting smoothie on the planet. Come in and try one of our new meal replacement smoothies. 15 essential vitamins and minerals to get your day going with 3 delicious flavors: Strawberry Super Squeeze, PB Blues, and Cookie Crusher. Stop by at the Planet Smoothie in Orange City at 937 Hurley Strickland Boulevard in the Kohl's Plaza. For more information, go to planetsmoothie.com.
Be a part of the hottest new radio show featuring current events, news, sports, wrestling, and movie reviews. Sponsor the Vincent LaSpada Show Saturday afternoons at 2 on Florida Man Radio. Email the Vincent LaSpada Show at gmail.com. The Vincent LaSpada Show at gmail.com.
Has COVID-19 pushed your financial situation over the edge? The Beninati Law Firm is the largest filer of bankruptcies and providers of hope in Central Florida with over 12 years' experience. The Beninati Law Firm has filed over 10,000 bankruptcies for Central Florida residents just like you. As more and more companies decide to file bankruptcy, maybe it's time you should too. Let us go to work for you. Call 407-777-7777 because life has a restart button.
Offices Orlando.
Spring can sometimes mean hailstorms. Did you know most roof damage due to non-hurricane events like hail come without hefty out-of-pocket deductibles?
Visit KarmaRoofing.com or call me Anoop Naeem at Karma Roofing and Restoration. It'll ring right to my cell phone.
Karma can handle repairs and re-roofs as well as replacing, installing garage doors, windows, gutters, or screen enclosures. And anything on the inside of your home, too. Kitchen and bath remodels, flooring, and total rehabs. Call 407-860-3498. KarmaRoofing.com. CC number 1328218.
LaSpada's has been family-owned and operated since 1938. Try one of their famous Philadelphia cheesesteaks straight from the heart of Philly. If you're looking for something unique, try one of their Philly burgers. Piled high and overstuffed. That's the way LaSpada's does it. LaSpada's now has a huge variety of wings, a ton of great flavors. Get 2 cheesesteaks and 10 wings for $28.99. They got 3 locations: Lee Road in Orlando, West State Road 46 in Sanford, and North Volusia Avenue in Orange City, and at LaSpadas.com. Come and see what LaSpada's is all about.
Get your fix of Florida Man Radio anytime and anywhere you are. Of course, you can catch Florida Man on 660 AM and 105.5 FM. But now you can listen wherever you are with the all-new Florida Man Radio app. And don't miss a second of the conversation at home by listening on your Alexa device. Just say, Alexa, play 105.5 Florida Man Radio. Florida Man is everywhere, unfiltered, unafraid. Get it how you need to, now. Time to get back in the ring with the Vincent LaSpada Show on Florida Man Radio.
Yo, 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 yo. Chad Gaspard and JTG. It's crime time.
guest JTG calling in. We had a really good conversation with him. And make sure you check him out, man. Also, all social medias, and check his book out because I guarantee he has a lot of good stories in that book of him and his partner Shad Gaspar. But let's get into some Revolution news, man. I'm not Ruse. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the show itself. Let's talk about
the exploding barbed wire death match.
Actually, you know what? Before we talk about that, let's actually ask the caller if he saw Revolution. Go ahead.
Caller?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I don't know who the caller is. Caller, who are you?
Hey man, what's going on? This is Vincent LaSpada.
Am I the caller?
Yeah,
I think you're the caller. Hello?
Hello,
Bilal?
You there?
Bilal?
Yeah. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
What's up?
I just want to get your take on Revolution and what you thought about the show.
I thought the show overall was good. The exploding barbed wire match was good until the end. But I thought the end was fine until they let Moxley get on the microphone. I looked at this as Moxley and Omega as Batman versus Joker. Joker's never going to kill Batman. Batman's never going to kill Joker. But they need each other to thrive and be stronger. They could have left it at that. Like, they could have left it as though Omega didn't want to hurt him, but just kind of teach him a lesson and still get away with the win and get the belt. But he still needs Moxley to be the great champion that they need him to be. And I think they messed that up and dropped the ball. Even if it was a botch, I think they dropped the ball with letting Moxley talk on the microphone and talk about the botch itself. Like, they just could have left it there and then let Omega explain why it didn't go off the way it should have gone off or the way that they predicted it to go off.
I do believe I actually agree with you on that aspect because I don't like the way that they're going with Kenny Omega. They make Kenny Omega seem like he's this god wrestler that can't be beaten, and he has this stupid manager that.
And the Omega. Why would you not think? I'm just joking. I'm not even an Omega fan. I'm just.
But
advocate.
I honestly thought the match was a little silly. I mean, in the beginning, it went a straight almost 11 minutes of Moxley like getting beat up. Like they made Moxley look like a goon. I mean, listen. I guarantee in a real fight, Moxley would tear Kenny Omega up. Like, he would make him go back to the salon and get his hair bleached blonde. I mean, he's just a fool. That whole character is a fool.
You do remember Moxley had ketchup and mustard matches in New York City, right?
No, I don't know that.
Against Terry Funk.
I also enjoyed the big money match with Hangman Page and Matt Hardy. I thought that was very. I honestly do think. For Matt Hardy's age, I do see the ring worn on his body.
Are you at ages? What does that have to do with anything?
But I do see that he's trying his hardest to stay with 29-year-old Hangman Page.
Well, Hangman Page is the future.
29-year-old Hangman Page.
His name is Hangman.
Compared to almost in his 50s, Matt Hardy. So for a guy like Matt Hardy to hang with Hangman Page, I give him credit because over the years, I think his gimmicks have just gone from, real high in TNA with Broken Universe to a very low with Big Money Matt.
And, to take a beating from Adam Page is no joke because that guy's at the very top of level of professional wrestling in AEW.
Oh, yeah.
And that clothesline from Heck at the end, whatever I don't know what the name is, but whatever.
It has a name, though.
That lariat that he gives at the end is always so clean.
I also got to say that I think my favorite match of the whole night was, like I was telling my buddy Mike, Mike here.
I'm a buddy now.
I didn't really care for the intro because for me, if you're going to, here's another thing too. I don't care for them to do these off-site shoots. Mm-hmm. They're cool, but for the fans in the crowd, it's like a slap in the face.
They're not for you. They're not for the fans in the crowd.
But here's the problem. If you're going to Revolution going, I'm going to see Sting. I've never seen Sting. That's a slap in the face.
Very good point.
Because you know what?
You didn't see Sting.
People, listen, with the pandemic going on, people are paying good, hard money You bring a guy like Sting, as highest Hall of Famer level that he is, into AEW, and then you give him a match off-site. That's kind of like if I would have
pre-recorded match.
If I would have not known that going in, and I went there and seen Sting, I would have been totally pissed, because that honestly. That stupid exploding whatever match that was
Sparkler match.
Was
Gilbert.
That was
seen more explosion with Gilbert.
Garbage. I mean, there were some cool spots in it, but mostly it was garbage. And then the first 7 minutes of him walking around the arena, like freaking out like he's going to be his match. It's like, come on, Moxley. You're supposed to be this hardcore guy. Don't sit here and put chapstick on and cologne and walk in front of the fans.
Hey, don't say
Go down to the
chapstick
ring.
without them sponsoring us, okay?
Huh?
We cannot say chapstick
Lip
without,
gloss.
giving us a ad.
I tell you what, Sting, I feel like they actually looked out for Sting.
Of course. That's why it's a cinematic match.
And I really appreciate them, other than Seth Rollins, where he gave him the buckle bomb and almost ended his career.
Can we leave Seth Rollins alone?
These guys actually took a liking to Sting and said, hey, listen, we're not going to give you the big moves like we're going to give you your other partner. Why am I...
He took a power bomb from Cage 2 weeks ago. That was pretty nasty, though.
It was nasty.
Taking bombs.
You had the funniest meme, by the way, of the week. It was like him versus I think it was Mae Young saying, "Oh, bitch, please." That was so funny.
And then besides that,
I'm too old for this.
I think Revolution was a good pay-per-view. I really do. I think I don't want to get into it fully because I want to get to the news, but. If you've not seen it, go back and watch it. I think even the women's championship match was really good, and then the ladder match they had.
Ray Phoenix and Pac is the greatest thing that happened to that pay-per-view. I'm sorry.
They are good. They are good.
Like Death something, right? Is their name?
Death Triangle. Phoenix is really amazing. I mean, he just at the very top level of luchador wrestling.
We've talked about before how he could be the next Rey Mysterio.
He really could.
And better, honestly. He does just...
I think he's better in the ring. I really do.
In the ring, absolutely. Evolution, right? So he has to be better Rey Mysterio because he's seen what Rey can do.
On Mysterio, right.
So,
well, I want to throw it to Nico for the wrestling news because I know he has some stories to tell us.
Let's get to the wrestling news. As we know, the one and only Andrade has requested his release from the WWE. It's being said that he might not be granted his release, although it's been requested, and that this past Monday night he was looking miserable in the backstage. What do you guys think about this? Andrade, where's his destination going to be?
I don't think he's going anywhere, Nico.
Zero.
As long as he's dating the greatest women's wrestler of all time, where's he going to go?
I honestly think... and I've said this to you before, I think two people that they're very underestimating is Andrade and also Aleister Black. Two great guys that were huge over in NXT that they're not doing anything with, which is a very shame crime for McMahon. I say this every single week. Every single week I say this. McMahon does not look at his talent the right way. He never does.
What about Adam Cole?
What about Adam Cole?
Should he be on the main roster by now?
No.
Adam Cole wouldn't make it on the main roster.
No, he shouldn't, and I'll tell you why.
He wouldn't make it.
He's 5'8".
Incorrect.
5'8".
Incorrect. His match with Daniel Bryan on SmackDown was like...
Good point.
No.
But that's Daniel Bryan.
But I tell you why he shouldn't be in NXT, leave NXT right now. Because they have nobody else. They have nobody else.
So Balor of Finn is no one?
The Balor of Finn.
I mean,
guy
come on.
you guys
Karrion
like?
Kross,
Karrion Kross.
No, listen. When you have to take wrestlers that are on the main roster and bring them back to
Good
NXT,
point.
there's
You're
a
making
problem.
very good points today,
There's
bro.
a problem. Here's the problem with WWE. When you have to take the main guys that are on, when you take a Universal Champion that won at SummerSlam, he got hurt in that match. He had to forfeit his title. Okay, he wrestles for a couple years, and you bring him back to NXT. There's a problem, and that problem is McMahon.
The fans.
No, it's not the fans. It's McMahon not
fans.
knowing how
it's
to
the
pull
fans.
the wrestlers the right way.
It's the
you
fans.
can't pull all the guys from NXT and go, Here's the main roster.
It's the fans.
It's not the fans.
It's always the fans.
It's not the fans.
90% of wrestling is the fans.
Nico, go on with the next. Nico,
next
go
news
on
topic.
with the next.
I got 20 news topics here. We're
Go on
spending
with the
it all.
next one.
The Observer is reporting that WrestleMania 37 is planning on having a 75% capacity on both nights, hoping to get around 45,000 people each night at the attendance.
75%?
They're looking at 75%.
COVID still exists.
COVID still exists. It used to exist.
I'm not sure if I'm going for
that. Does not
75%?
Exist. That's what they're saying.
75% with the stage, 45% with capacity of fans.
That's dangerous.
They're counting the stage as fans.
That's dangerous. And I'll still drink Corona beer, but still, I'm a little scared.
It's a little hectic. I might be watching WrestleMania from the house. I do want to go to WrestleCon. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I got to see how these tickets are on Tuesday.
I might be going to get popcorn at the movie theater and then watching it at home.
WWE is apparently making backup plans for Charlotte Flair to be the women's champion at WrestleMania to replace Asuka due to her tooth getting knocked out and apparent concussion by Shayna Baszler. What do you think?
I think she's just trying to quit the company.
No, I think she's weak.
Whoa!
She got kicked in the mouth and lost a tooth and has a concussion.
Vinny, where's your compassion?
Oh well, it's called the wrestling business.
If you get a concussion, it has nothing to do with weak. It has to do with you can't go back.
Dizzy spells.
Yeah.
No, it's called WWE is very they're very like go on. I'm not gonna go. Go on, Nico.
One more news. We got more, but we'll go with one more. Revolution did the best pay-per-view numbers in the history of AEW. Despite the show having the obvious dud in the end, the numbers prove that the pay-per-view realm of having $50 Saturday night shows as opposed to the $10 channel streaming still exists, and it's something that they're obviously profiting greatly of. What do you think about this?
I think AEW right now is doing great. I think the pay-per-views are helping them out, and I think that's going to be the last straw that builds the company. Nico, where can they find you at?
Nico Extra, 2 X's, everywhere.
Mike, where can they find you
Mike
at?
Knox, 3 X's, everywhere.
And you can always find me at the Vincent LaSpada Show or Vincent LaSpada on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next week, guys, thanks for joining us. Next is the ATF Show. You're listening to the Vincent LaSpada Show on the Florida Man Radio Network.
Let me know, bro. You have Power Radio with Justin Clark.
Top secret resort